Tired of slow coding or dragging and dropping blocks on the Voiceflow canvas when you build a chatbot? This video shows you how to revolutionize your Voiceflow bot development with the power of Cursor AI. We'll guide you through creating a high-converting lead generation bot using Cursor AI. With this powerful tool, it can build the chat bot in less than a minute. The most beautiful thing is that you do not write a single line of code because Cursor does it for you. In this video, you will learn how to generate a custom form to capture username, email, and phone number effortlessly, integrate seamlessly with Google Sheets to store and manage leads efficiently, write clean and efficient Voiceflow code without any coding experience. Unlock the potential of Cursor AI for experienced developers to boost productivity and focus on innovation. By the end of this video, you will be able to build a powerful lead generation chatbot which can automatically save the data in your Google Sheet. Let us get started. I have opened the Cursor and created a new folder called Lead Generation. In this folder, I have copied files from last video. You can watch the previous video to get familiar with Cursor if it is your first time. In the index.html file, we have the Voiceflow embedding snippet. We are going to change the extension name. In this video, we will demo the lead generation chatbot. So, we change the extension name to lead gen extension. We import it from the extension.js file. We also need to change the name in the extension array. That is it for the index.html file. In the extension file, we change the extension name. It is so simple. Next, we will let Cursor to generate all the code needed and we do not need to write a single line of code. This makes your life so easy. You cannot believe it. Let us show you how. We do not need the code in the render. We can simply delete all the code in it, and Cursor will write all the code for us. Now, in the render, we do not have any code. What we need to do is just enter the prompt. Here, I have the prompt. Please follow the code example in the GitHub to write code for the user to input his name, email, and phone number, and return the parameters to Voiceflow. As shown previously, we have the extension in the HTML, and we need to let Cursor to follow the extension code pattern. It is important to include the code example so that Cursor will learn and generate the code in the patterns accepted by Voiceflow. If you do not give the code example, Cursor may generate code for general use. But we are targeting Voiceflow, so make sure that we are doing the right prompt. After we submit the prompt, Cursor can write the code very fast. It is very efficient. Like shown in the previous video, Cursor can finish coding in less than 1 minute. At the end, it shows the explanation. It says, a form is created with input fields for name, email, and phone number. This is good. We prefer the form instead of asking the user to enter the information one by one. This is more professional. It has added styling. Good. Event listener has been added. Great. It looks like Cursor has followed the pattern. We click to apply the code. The code shows in the extension file. It looks pretty good, and we can accept the code. We see the form container and the styling. The form has labels and inputs. The form has event listener. It fetches the individual input field and validates the form inputs. It also sends data to Voiceflow. We see the type is complete and the payload has the parameters. All the code looks perfect. It is amazing. The code is also bug-free. Let us test it. On the Voiceflow canvas, we have a demo bot for lead generation. We use a custom action block to implement the extension. We put the type name as ext_leadgen, which should match the name in the code. The path is complete, which is set as the default path. We also turn on this stop on action so that the chatbot will wait until the user finishes entering his information. We use a set block to set the parameters. We extract the name from the payload of the last event global variable and save it to the name variable. Similarly, we extract the email from the payload of the last event global variable, and save it to the email variable. Lastly, we extract the phone number from the payload of the last event global variable, and save it to the phone number variable. After this, we use a message block to confirm the user inputs. We say, "Thank you. We will contact you soon, and display the user inputs. Finally, let us publish the chatbot, and we can test it on the browser. Before doing that, let us go back to Cursor, and add the terminal. We need to run the terminal and test the chatbot on the browser. We enter the command HTTP server. It shows the local host address and the port to run the website. We can make a copy. On the browser, we enter the address, and we see the chat bubble. We can see the form where we can enter the information. Let us enter the name, Andrew, and the email, andrew@example.com. The phone number can be just randomly entered digits. We click the submit button. At the end, the bot says, "Thank you. We will contact you soon." The name, email, and phone number are displayed. They are all correct. This is fantastic. There are no errors and bugs. It is so amazing. To be honest, it is much better than me. I always have bugs in my code. Cursor is fast and bug-free. This is the dream of a software engineer. We see perfect coding. What we need to do is enter the prompt. The next step is, we want the information to be saved in Google Sheet. We will let Cursor to generate the code for that. I am going to put my Google Sheet webhook URL, so Cursor can use it and write code to make API calls. If you are interested, you can watch our previous video showing how to set up the Google Sheet webhook URL to fetch data from your Google Sheet. In the Google Sheet, I have 3 columns to store the data. Name, email, and phone data can be saved correspondingly. In the prompt, we ask Cursor to please use the Google Sheet webhook URL to make API calls and save the parameters, name, email, and phone to Google Sheet. Let us see how the code will look like. Very quickly, Cursor has finished the code. In the explanation, it says the webhook URL is defined in the beginning of the render method. This means Cursor has located the URL correctly. Cursor has made a fetch call using post method. This is good. The form data is sent as JSON string in the request body. The JSON format is correct. It also has a catch block to catch errors. These are exactly what we need. Fantastic. If we apply the change, we can see the added code is in green. The fetch and the response are all looking good. Also, we can see the catch block to handle errors. Let us accept all the modifications. Now, let us test the code in the browser. First, let us enter the same information as the previous one from Andrew. After submitting the data, we can see the response from the chat bot with the correct information. More importantly, let us go to the Google Sheet. Bingo! We see the data has been saved. This is successful. Great! Unbelievable! Everything works perfectly. Cursor made the API call to save the data to the Google Sheet. There is no any bug or error. To be honest, I did not expect this. The lead generation bot has been built successfully. This is amazing. Let us do another test. This time, we enter Ben, and Ben's email and his phone number. Let us click the submit button. We see everything is good. Now, we go to the Google Sheet to check. Aha! We see the information saved correctly. This is perfect. I love Cursor. We do not need to write code and Cursor can do it for us. The lead generation bot works as a charm. How wonderful it is. We only need to enter very simple prompts. That's it. It saves us a lot of time in building a lead generation chatbot in Voiceflow. No code at all. I believe Cursor can do more. I will make more videos of this kind. Stay tuned and subscribe to this channel. All the code has been written by Cursor, and it is fast and bug-free. This is just amazing. If you like this video, please subscribe and give a thumbs up. If you have any comments and suggestions, please let us know. Thank you for your support.